Good morning, and here is this week's food for thought. As we continue looking at and finishing up our study on godly character, we come to our last godly character point. And I'd like to base it off of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 22, where Peter says in his letter, "Now that you have purified yourselves by obeying the truth, so that you have sincere love for each other, love one another deeply from the heart." Now that you have purified. Now, what does this word purified means? It just says to remove contaminants from. To purify some things means to remove any contaminants. And what are those things that contaminate us? Well, it would be sin. And it would be the practices of a sinful lifestyle. And a desire to sin. And desire to continue to sin. And Peter says we've removed those things. We've removed those things not because of what we've done, but because of what Jesus Christ did for us and our willingness to accept that. You see, we have been forgiven. So now that we've been forgiven, and so now that we accept the gift of the cross and the forgiveness of sins, Peter makes it clear on that last godly character point. We need to love one another. But not just love one another for the sake of saying, "I love you," but loving one another on a deep level, not a surface level. You see, there are two different types of levels. And I think about even when we clean our houses in a given week. There's the surface clean. There's a clean where we just clean up, just right there, the immediate mess, the immediate stain. But then there's the deep surface clean. A clean where we get down nitty-gritty, dig into the holes, dig into the crevices, and clean it all out. You see, love is the same way. Love is not just loving with the superficial, "I love you," but loving in such a way that we love it deeply. We love one another deeply. You see, this type of love, and there are many different Greek words for the word love in the New Testament. Now, the word where Peter's speaking about here, and the love that I'm speaking about, is the Greek word for it is agape. Agape love. This type of love is that of a self-sacrifice. You see, agape love is distinguished. Agape love is distinguished by its unique nature and its unique character. Agape is love which is from God. This love does not stem from anywhere else. This love does not begin from anywhere else, but from God, whose very nature in of itself is love. God himself is love. You see, God loves the unlovable, and God loves the unlovely. Now, he doesn't ask us not to be purified and not to be cleansed and not to be redeemed and not to be forgiven and not to continue to work on the process of becoming more and more like Christ. But he doesn't stop loving us. You see, God's love towards us enables us, though, to love one another. You see, when we bask on God's love that he has for us, we should also desire to love one another that same way. You see, Jesus Christ summarized the law and the prophets by saying this: the first and the greatest commandment was to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. And the second commandment is to love your neighbors yourself. You see, deep, true love is a love that forgives. Is there somebody that you're holding on a grudge? Is there somebody that you're just not willing to forgive or not willing to move forward? Well, today's the day that you allow yourself to be purified. Today's the day that you allow yourself to move forward. Today's the day that you let it go. Not letting go the hurt, but letting go the right to get even. Allowing yourself to show the love of Christ to everyone. Loving the unlovely. loving the unlovable, take time today to bask in God's love. Take time today as godly character to deeply, truly love one another. Until next time.